monologue about how all my people and I was with the civil rights movement and all. Stop it. Learn how to read properly. Learn how to read with better comprehension than this. This is why people are laughing at you all. You guys are a joke in the community.
Ain't nobody laughing at me. You ain't even laughing at me. I'm a very educated man, and I got something that I think that you need to learn how to read and that you need to comprehend, okay?
The Jewish community of Israel from the Tamizar world Ephraim, meaning cavern, is supported to date back to 361 BC and is believed to be the oldest Jewish community in what is now Morocco. Chris Harris said that these Portuguese Jews did not exist in Africa prior to the Alhambra decree. I mean, he said that they were not coming into Africa like that on that level. You know,
No, that is actually wrong. You did state what I said.
Right, I did state what you said. You said that they were coming into Africa before the Alhambra decree, but they were not coming in there for looking for slaves. You said that they were coming in there looking for gold. That is what you said. Okay, now you're calling that a slippery slope logical fallacy? That's not a slippery slope logical fallacy, sir. You don't know what logical fallacies are, bro. I have to ask you, when you call out a logical fallacy, you need to know what logical fallacies are. And then I need to know what strict principles of validity do you base your reasoning upon in order to call it a logical fallacy. What syllogisms do you use? You understand? If you can't do that, dude, shut the fuck up talking logical fallacies to me. All right?
Said correctly. I said it was the Sephardic Jews who converted who you all were saying were Jews in West Africa into those traditions.
The problem is that I'm saying that they were black and you're saying that they were white. What part about this you don't understand, dummy? Quit trying to play games and let's debate.
Now you're moving the goalposts, right? Or creating a slippery slope and trying to date them back to 361 BC.
No, I'm not creating a slippery slope. I have you on tape saying that these people, you're saying that these white people was in Western Africa, okay? And you're saying that these white people are the Jews, and I'm telling you that they're not, okay? I'm telling you that the Portuguese people that you call Jews are black, but the ones that you call Jews are white, and I'm saying that there's nothing in history to support this lie that you're telling the people. This is what I'm saying, and I'm going to prove that to you.
But you read it wrong again. It says the Jewish community of Ephraim, from the Tamazic word Ifri, meaning cavern, is supposed to date back to 361 BCE and believed to be the oldest Jewish community in what?
Right, it dates back that far. And it is believed, and because it's dated back that far, dummy, that's why it is believed to be the oldest Jewish relic in the area. You's a fucking fool.
Is now Morocco. That's all it says. Where does it say anything about them being black?
What happened was my show had got cut off early, and if you would have let my show continue, I would have showed you the evidence that I had of people in because you're talking about the Lescandos or whatever the hell you call these people of the 16th and the 1700s. Well, I got white people of the 16th and the 1700s, okay? This is the evidence that I have. I have their words and their testimonies of how they described the Portuguese Jews, okay? This is what I have. People that was contemporary to that time who was telling you what they saw of the Portuguese Jews of their day, which is much closer to you hundreds of years later who don't know what the fuck they look like. These people are white people of the Enlightenment age that are European writers, okay? European writers writing about what they do. They was doing their job. They was writing about what they see in their times. Okay, this is what these Europeans said. Okay, let's go back and let's go take a look at what the Europeans said. Okay, these are the description of the Jews, of the Portuguese Jews, okay, in the 1600s and the 1700s by white people of the Enlightenment era, of white writers, people that influenced, people that influenced science and history and genetics. This is what they said, and eugenics and all of that stuff. This is what these Europeans said that Portuguese Jews look like. Examining the evidence, let us now analyze in some detail several pieces of evidence for the Jewish blackness thesis, taken mostly from the pioneering sources on the subject. Gilman essay. Your boy talking shit about me saying essays. The most scholarly work is essays, not that dumb clown presentation that he want to give you. He want to give you a clown circus act presentation while Yasha's giving you scholarly essays, okay? The Gilman's essay, The Jewish Nose, okay? Are Jews white? Gilman, 1991, expanded version. Gilman, 1994. The essay has been cited extensively and reprinted in textbooks on racism and otherness. Brinker-Gabler, 1995, page 149 to 82. Back on Salomo's 2000, page 294 and to 302. Gaining ground on Jewish studies and beyond. The initial formulation is the general consensus of the ethnological literature of the late 19th century was that the Jews were black, or at least swarthy. Now, if the Jews were black and they were swarthy, and you coming up with this, all this evidence about the Mamelukes being black and swarthy, and knowing that the Jews had just got kicked out of Spain and dispersed over to the Americas and to the Brazils, and the only people that was kicked out of Spain during that time were the blacks. The only people that was kicked out of Spain at that time were the Jews. But for some crazy reason, you want to say that white Jews and black people were being kicked out, or maybe even just expelling black people out and just saying white Jews. This is crazy. But yet still, you want to apply this worthiness to the Mamelukes, which was fucking totally pointless and fucking ridiculous. That's what you call a non sequitur. Okay? Now, where was we at here? That word swarthy, okay? As the essay continues, the essay, that's a good thing. As the essay continues, however, both the weaker term swarthy and the inverted commas are scare quotes, or scare quotes are dropped, and the term used is the blackness of the Jews, and not in a metaphoric sense. The Jews are quite literally seen as black. These are by Europeans. These are the words of European white folks. The Jews were quite literally seen as black. We're talking about between the 1600s and the 1700s. This is recorded in Gilman, 1994, page 372. These are white folks. These ain't no black folks saying this. The time frame causes some difficulties. He said, I don't read what's above and what's below. Well, I'm going to read a whole lot to show you that this man is a liar. The time frame causes difficulties. The above mentioned general ethnological consensus on the blackness in the late 19th century is somewhat incompatible with Rudolf Virchow's extensive study on over 10,000 German school children published in 1886, which found them to be indistinguishable in terms of hair, skin, and eye color from the greater masses of those who lived in Germany. Okay? Sometimes an earlier period is referred to. For the 18th and 19th century scientists, the blackness of the Jews was not only a mark of racial inferiority, going back even as far as the Middle Ages. See, they were saying the whites looked down on black folks, and they also looked down on Jews. So therefore, being both black and both Jewish amongst white people was seen as racial inferiority. This is what this is saying here. Okay? Let's get back to that. Okay, going back even as far as the Middle Ages. Leaving the Middle Ages aside, however, Gilman insists that the view that Jews were black had a long history in European science. That's Gilman, 1994, page 368, providing several pieces of evidence from the late 17th or early 18th century onward. The earliest evidence, basically the earliest evidence that we have today of black white people of that time knowing and having knowledge and awareness that Jews were black. This is some of the earliest documents that we have. Okay? From Francois Maximilian Misson. This is a white man by the name of Francois Maximilian Misson. In 1650, all the way up till 1722, this was the time of his life, whose ideas influenced Buffon's natural history. Now, Buffon was a man who created a book about the natural history, you know what I'm saying, of how things came to be, and about how races evolved, and how animals evolved, and he was trying to be like another Einstein, okay? Misson's travel guide to Italy is quoted in the English translation of 1714. Pay close attention here. This is what Francois Maximilian Misson said, the European white man, the white writer of 1650 to 1722. This is what he said. "'Tis also a vulgar error that the Jews are all black, for this is only true for the Portuguese Jews." Meaning that this is only true for the Portuguese. All Jews ain't black, but certainly the Portuguese Jews is. Let me read that again. "This also a vulgar error that the Jews were all black, for this is only true for the Portuguese Jews, who marrying always amongst one another." You said that these black folks was married. You said that white folks, Chris, was marrying amongst black Africans. This here clearly said that this was black folks marrying amongst black Africans. And this is why it's easy to understand why they were marrying amongst each other, and why the E1B1A group is all throughout the Levant, and all throughout Western Africa, and all throughout Spain, my brother. And all throughout a lot of those white people that live in that particular area, in like 20%. You see? You're stupid and you're dumb. Okay? This is also a vulgar error that all Jews are black, Chris. For this is only true for the Portuguese Jews. It is a vulgar error that all Jews are black, Christopher MVP Harris. This is only true for the Portuguese Jews, who, marrying always amongst one another, begat children like themselves, and consequently the swarthiness of their complexion is entailed upon their whole race, even in the northern regions. Chris? But the Jews who are originally of Germany, those, for example, I have seen a plague, are not blacker than the rest of their countrymen. That is Gilman, 1994, page 368, quoting from Francois Maximilian Misson's work of 1714, page 139 Christopher MVP Harris. Okay, you got to understand this. You're the fool here. There's nothing wrong with my reading here. There's nothing wrong with my comprehension. There's nothing wrong with my understanding of history. You're the one that's the real fool here, brother. And you need to stop trying to make mockery of me when I'm excited and trying to read slow. Because I'm trying to read slow so people can understand and not do like you do and read fast and don't even actually be reading the shit on the fucking paper, boy. Or on the fucking screen. You don't even be reading what's on the screen. You'll start off reading what's on the fucking screen, then you'll make up your own bullshit. You know, we got you on camera, and then you'll go and try to make it like you made it like you made it like, man, like 10 paragraphs, bro. Out of like 2 paragraphs, bro. We not stupid. We see through your tricks. Okay? Let's read some more proof against you. Clearly, Misson argued against the notion that Jews were black, but this was another position against the backdrop of the vulgar era towards which he objected. The Misson quote, however, is a case of mistranslation. First, in the French, it is only an error, not a vulgar one. Uh-oh, that's more defense towards us, dummy. For importantly, Jews are all black. That's what it was supposed to mean. It's a mistranslation of tous les Juifs sont bénis, meaning all the Jews are swarthy, which is the same thing. I told you, it meant the same thing. Similarly, are not blacker than, at the end of the quote is in French, not pas le tionte plus Benin. Excuse me, I don't speak French. Are not swarthier than. No blackness, just swarthiness. My son was born in Lyson, people less traveled than him, who came in contact predominantly with darker, Iberian, meaning from Spain, Jews. Darker, Iberian Jews, Chris. People less traveled than himself came into contact, Chris, predominantly, Chris, with darker Iberian Jews. May have overgeneralized that all Jews looked black to him. Okay? My son, basically, that's what that means, Chris. All Jews look like them, like the ones that he was looking at, the black ones, okay? My son, having seen lighter Ashkenazi Jews in Central Europe, just wanted to set the record straight. A far cry from any Jewish blackness. Yes, the Ashkenazi Jews is a far cry from any Jewish blackness, unlike that of the Jews of Portugal, Chris Harris. Even before Gilman's missions, even before Gilman, my son's words were already quoted in Pataya's The Myth of the Jewish Race, Pataya, 1975, page 32. Both works share the same long quote as the reference of the great Buffon, 1707-1788. Pataya, however, made it clear that it was my son's view that Buffon adopted, not the so-called vulgar era. Indeed, in his Momento Histoire Naturelle, a highly influential work translated into major European languages, Chris, Buffon wrote this time in an accurate English translation that it has been pretended that the Jews, Chris, who came originally from Syria and Palestine, have the same brown complexion they had, Chris. These, see, they was light-skinned, see, Chris, and they were pretending that they had the same black, dark complexion that they had in Palestine and Syria, Chris. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Okay? As Mason, however, lovely observes, the Jews of Portugal alone are tawny. They're dark, Chris. They're swarthy, Chris. They're black, Chris. As they always marry with their own tribe, the complexion of the parents is transmitted to the child, and thus with little dominion preserved even in the northern countries. The Jews, the German Jews, those of Prague, for example, not more swarthy than their Germans. See, this is nothing but this brother here at a later time translating the same thing. Basically saying that the Portuguese Jews were always dark, they were always black, and that the Jews, of the Ashkenazi Jews of Germany, were lighter people, and that they mixed in with the same white people of Germany. Number two, other evidence against you, Chris Ayers. The Jews have always assimilated in physical characters to the nations amongst whom they have long resided. So if they resided in Africa, Chris, they turned out to look African. If they resided in Spain, Chris, they look like the people that inhabited Spain, Chris. We have evidence that black people has been living in Spain going back 1500 BC at least, brother. We have evidence that King Taharka was one of the first kings of Spain, you dumb fool, and that he and the Egyptians and the Israelites both founded, was the basis of Spain, dumb fool, dumb idiot. Okay? So let's go back. The Jews have assimilated in physical characters to the nations amongst whom they have long resided, Chris Harris, though still to be recognized by some minute peculiarities of physiognomy. In the northern countries of Europe, they are fair, or xanthios. Blue eyes and flaxen hair are seen in English Jews, Chris. And in some parts of Germany, the red beard and the Jews are very conspicuous, Chris Harris. The Jews of Portugal are dark, Chris Harris. This is Pritchard, another European white man of 1843, page 145. What the fuck is you talking about, Chris? Who's the fool here? I'm making you look very, very bad, son. Let's go to some more evidence against your stupid dumb ass. Another evidence is that of James Cross Pritchard, 1786 to 1847. Okay, who in 1808 commenced on the Jews' choleric and melancholic temperaments, said that they were in general a shade of complexion somewhat darker than that of the English people. Gilman, Gilman, 1994, page 370. You need to read Gilman's work, sir. Quoting Pritchard, 1813, page 186. Dumb fool. Again, Pritchard refers to peculiar English Jews, not to Jews in general, but being somewhat darker than the English is hardly sufficient to make one black. But it says that the Jews were a dark people, Chris. In fact, one could have blue eyes and flaxen hair and still be darker than the English, as Pritchard himself wrote elsewhere. The Jews have assimilated in physical characters to the nations amongst whom they... See, this is nothing but Gilman as a European trying to explain away the blackness of the Jews that the Europeans have recorded. That we have record of European recorded as being dark or as black. You see, and this is nothing but Europeans doing like Chris trying to do, take the information and do away with it. And truthfully, this brother here, if you read the whole thing, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get Europeans explaining it away, and then you got other Europeans saying that these other Europeans are explaining it away. Okay? Let's look at what Pritchard said. The Jews have assimilated in physical characters to the nations amongst whom they have long resided, though still to be recognized by some minute peculiarities of physiognomy. In the northern countries of Europe, they are fair, xanthias, blue-eyed and flaxen hair, and are seen in English as seen in English Jews. And in some parts of Germany, the red beards of the Jews are very conspicuous. The Jews of Portugal are dark. Okay. A different case is the description of the typical Viennese Jews of his time by the Bavarian Enlightenment writer Johann Pezzi, 1756, 1823. 8 lines into the long, non-continuous citation that opens with, "There are above 500 Jews in Vienna." Pacey is quote saying, "Excluding the Indian fakirs, there is no category of supposed human beings which come closer to the orangutan than the Polish Jews." See, they look down on the Jews. They look down on them being black, and they look down on them being Jews. Covered from foot to head in filth, dirt, and rags. Covered in a type of black sack. Their neck exposed, the color of a black, the color of a black, the color of a black, their faces covered up to the eyes with a beard. Remember how I showed y'all how the black Jews of Spain, which were the Sanhajas, they wore these face mufflers where they covered their faces up, and all you could see was the blackness of their skin. Even Chris Harris talked about how the blacks had walked around and poor, and how they walked around, you know, kind of looking bummy and living in shacked homes. Those were the black Jews that was looked upon that these people here are talking about. Chris Harris, you's a fool. The evidence is against you. 26 minutes. I destroyed 2 hours worth of your bullshit.